Well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful. Well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful roasters of the Maverick Nation, and now it is time for me to do a little bit of some bulk uploading because I did a look on the calendar, and the 31st is in a couple of days. So if I'm to get everything out, the comic book stuff that has to do with this, the Demon Bulma, and the other thing that has to do with this, technically there would only be three, parts of this alone left. And then I would do the Demon Bulma, then the other thing, and then the four comic book things. And that would just end the What If, because it would be the last day of October. The 31st would be where the final chapter would be. The final chapter of this story. Well, basically, now that I got that out of the way, there's only three parts left. This part, and then two more parts afterwards. And then we get into the special stuff. Demon Bulma, the other thing, and then the four comic book related things. So, three parts. 7, 8, and 9. Right here we are at part 7. And with part 7, basically we start with regular Naruto passed out on the couch, and regular Sasuke just passed out, on his bed. And Antibody Sasuke, well, no one really knows where he is. Antibody Naruto is holding little Mira. Little itty baby Mira. And whenever Antibody Naruto finally goes to put her down, and just goes out to walk, goes out to the front of the shack, and is like, well, look what a life we all made for ourselves. Look what a life we made for ourselves, indeed. Something doesn't seem right. And basically, out of this parental instinct, Antibody Naruto goes back into the house, into the little shack, and recognizes something. There's something that was attached to the little blanket wrapped around Mira that wasn't attached there before. It's making a sizzling sound. Wait, a sizzling sound? Crackling? No, that means... And automatically just pulls it off and yeets it out the window. Pulls the blanket off, yeets it out the window, and boom! That was a paper bomb! And Antibody's just like, someone's here. And Mira's like crying now. Mm, 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 mm. And Antibody's like, shh, shh, it's going to be alright. Just it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And so basically, the antibody gets Mira back to sleep and goes looking for whoever planted that freaking paper bomb. But then quickly realizes that whoever they were, they freaking juiced as soon as they saw it get yeeted through the freaking window. Like, they juiced it out of there. They outed completely. And so the antibody Naruto is just like, ah, gutless pieces of trash. Shitty mother. And Naruto wakes up and he's like, whoa, AB, what's going on? I can barely hold my head up. What happened last night? And the antibody Naruto's just like, well, you got blackout drunk with, Sasuke boy. I have no idea where you know who is. Perfect timing. Because someone just took an attempt on our daughter's life. And, shows like the remnants of a little bit of a kunai that was attached to the paper bomb. And Naruto's like, wait, paper bomb? Oh, oh. Wait, that tag marking, what's left of it? It doesn't look like anything. No, this is specific. The chakra feels like a ninja, not from the village, but the material is definitely made from the village. Someone was hired to do this. Someone outside of the village was hired to do this by someone from inside the village. And now Antibody and Naruto's are like, a hit was placed on our daughter? And regular Naruto's just like, probably didn't know we had one. And just placed it somewhere hoping that, it would get a reaction or they would have been able to kill one of us. And anybody in Naruto is just like, they're too cowardly to actually go after us themselves, so they sent other ninja from other lands. What do you think's the most likely scenario? And then you just hear a voice, and it's Sasuke. he's like hungover, like how Naruto's hungover, and Sasuke's just like, probably, like someone who's really high up in rank in the village contacted someone from another village who was given a good sum of money. And Antibody Naruto's just like, if I were to take a look at that stuff you have there, it does indeed seem. Wait a second. No, this is too much of a coincidence. I'm convinced. It must have been something to do with Root, or one of those other related things to the Council of Konagakure. And Naruto's like, Root? Don't you mean those guys that are under Danzo? And Antibody Naruto's just like, exactly. Those guys. They supplied some other village with the means of payment for a hit. And from what I'm feeling, looking, whatever this is, I'm getting two different signatures, actually. One's telling me Kuma, the other's telling me Iwa. Lightning Stone? Couldn't be both of them. there'd be way too many, more than one, and I would at least have been able to find and track down one of them. This must have been very well thought out. I'm afraid we might have some spies on us. And so regular Naruto's like, so what you're trying to say is, and the antibody Naruto is like, yes, get Mira. It's not safe to live here any longer. Here is not safe anymore. We need to move farther out. Hell, maybe even try to make our own little temp village. Something to better prepare ourselves for what's going on. And then Antibody Sasuke gets back and is like, hey, look what I found, guys. A couple of weirdos up in the trees. Wonder what they were doing. And like Antibody Naruto and regular Sasuke just see that the guys have Stone Village and Cloud Village headbands on, and they're like, please don't kill us. And Antibody Naruto's just like, you were the ones. Who sent you? Who paid you to do this? And I would say the Iwa Ninja, the Stone Ninja, would talk first, and would be like, uh, um, uh, we were a message from Konagakure, and then the Cloud Village Ninja would be like, basically, yeah, a message sent from Konagakure, Donzo specifically, of the council. Him and several other members had decided that you and your friends were too dangerous to be left alive, so they wanted to give us an amount of money, both Iwa and Kuma, because they believed that one village alone, ninja, wouldn't be a good enough strategy. That if there were two different types of village ninja, that there would be a way to throw you off, and then he would finish you off personally, all of you, whenever we eventually dragged you over to him, a personal audience. Okay, okay. A live audience, the entire village would be able to see. And the antibody announcer is just like, Donzo, you bastard. Exactly like I said, it's no longer safe here. And then he's just like, you, Cloud Ninja. And he just grabs the Cloud Ninja by his neck and throws him down on his back, breaking it. And he just grabs him by the arms and pins his legs down with his legs, with his feet. He basically uses his feet to pin his legs down, and he grabs his arms. And then he lifts up one of his feet, and he pulls his body closer by pulling the arms closer, and just sticks one of his feet right through the Cloud Ninja, right through, all the way through, impaling him with his foot, and then just tosses him away with enough force to freaking disassimilate his entire molecules, like just poof. And as for you, Ewa Ninja, I require no more information. So, you will be dealt with forthwith. And the Ewa Ninja just tries to run, and right before the antibody Naruto is able to do anything, he realizes that the Ewa Ninja stopped, and then all of a sudden, like, he just drops, and he sees a kunai embedded in the Ewa Ninja's chest, and there's a hand attached to that kunai. And then he hears, "You don't actually think that I would miss out on killing the sons of that were responsible for the almost death of our daughter. Keeping that all to yourself? That's pretty selfish of you. Maybe." And you realize it's just regular Naruto just freaking stabbed straight into the freaking Iwa Ninja. And just repeatedly stabbing him, and he's like, "Die, die, die, die. No, we gotta find a way to keep this guy alive." And then they just tie him to a tree. They like crucify him to a tree. But like, he's like still alive. And they just keep on stabbing him. And just like, just die. And eventually Antibody Naruto is just like, enough already. He'll bleed out eventually. And besides, we're not staying here, remember? Get Mira. I'll be handling other things. While Sasuke and AB Sasuke can, the luggage, groceries, anything that we need to lug around. And regular Naruto's like, very well then. Then it's decided. We're headed off tomorrow. Adas.